This is the last weekend before the Chinese New Year. I can hear the horse coming really, really quick. So, thank you very much for joining my lecture this morning. And look back to the 2013. I mean, we can look at that. I'm sure many audience will agree with me that we all have experienced some type of stress in the past year. Who doesn't experience the stress? To minor stress, to medium stress, to very stressful. So I read a report. The stress level, the higher stress level, the more cause the disease and death. So last year, I mean, the United States has more than 1/3 people, the death that caused by stress. That's huge. When we talk about the stress, we have stress about job, relationship, families, financials, illness, even a movement like moving, selling a house. Those are all different types of stress. Why stress becomes such a huge cause of a disease and death? That's everybody take a minute to think about it. Take a minute to think about it. In the West, I'm very much focused on psychology therapies, psychotherapies. And I noticed that most psychologists, when they giving advice to the patient, they are all about finding solution, rationalizing the cause of the disease. They always try to find a way to cure the stress. Sometimes, of course, in the end, sometimes they give him processed. Sometimes I try to get very rational to go into the cause of the disease, maybe your, in the past, and your parents, and your job, your personal character, so on and so forth. In other words, for the past 100 years, psychologists focus on attacking stress, finding solution to deal with stress. In other words, thinking stress is not a good thing. Stress not a good thing. We need to manage the stress. We need to reduce the stress. We need to cure the stress, right? We need to find a solution to improve the happiness. So all the method, if you come down to the cause, the core is what I think about stress is a negative thing. So for the past 100 years, Western cultures deal with the stress is automatically just like you point the machine gun at the target, because stress is a target and we must deal with it. We must take it down. So in other words, from the metaphysical speaking, we look at the stress is what empower the stress, make stress even more stronger by finding solution, try to deal with the stress, try to cure the stress. So stress become mountain high, powerful. How can human deal with a stress when you empower them? You can. So look at another way of Chinese Taoism philosophy. We got philosophies called Yin and Yang united as a Tao. Look at what? Stress versus happiness. When you only see one side, then the polarity becomes so huge. It makes stress become so powerful, less than the other side. Happiness become dropping down. So when you are so focused empowering the stress, then stress become powerful. then you have no way to seek or to find the joy. Then joy, the measurement becomes so low. So think about that. Stress can cause us headaches, eyesight blurry, decision making weak, heart disease, shortened breath, hypertension, kidney shutdown, neurological issue, insomnia, angers, the list go on. Metabolism, hormone problem. And we know the stress causes the behind the pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland emitting certain kind of hormone, and it's hormone directly connected with the heart and make the heart contraction. So when you think the stress is negative, and then negative force will go down and cause heart contraction. So therefore can cause the heart attack, cardiovascular blockage. So what do you do with the stress? Are we going to deny that we don't have stress? Not at all. In Taoism, way of looking is what? We see and we don't see it. We know we don't have to know it. We don't have to deny the stress. We accept it. There is a stress. There is a challenge in our life. Anyone who runs a business, you're going to feel the stress. You're going to say, yes, I feel the stress of running a business. I feel the challenge running a business. Anyone in relationship, husband and wife, you're totally different type of species. Then you're going to have to say, yes, I have stress with you in a relationship. I have stress to understand you, to accept you. A relationship. Anyone work for a company, you're going to have a stress with your superior. He or her leading method can be in conflict with me. We all have stress. And parents on a family to deal with children. They've grown in different ways, but it's not the 1970 anymore. This is 2,000 years already. So children grown in different kind of environment, different kind of influence. So children and our parents will have the conflict. So try to maintain a harmonious family. It is a challenge. So it is a stress. How can we not stress? When you need a rush driving on the Highway 7, someone drive 25 miles in front of you, it'll cause you stress. The point is why you feel this stress, why you make a concept, name it as a stress. When something feel like challenge into our physical health, our intellectual mind, even our spiritual belief. When they challenge you, automatically, when you see the challenge, you become a big target. You become big target. So then the external does become challenge because they find a target in you. You have weakness. You have attachment to material world. You have attachment to intellectual. You have attachment to the fame and the value, the love, the emotional. We had that attachment, therefore our target become bigger and bigger. When we see stress as a stress, the polarity is just go to maximum. When you see little stress, and target a little bit smaller. When you see a lot of stress, that is huge target. Because we do empower the stress to the maximum level. And we say, this is horrible. This is hard. This is the worst place. When you start to identify those kind of stress. You are the worst person I want to deal with it. You are the horrible person I want to live with it. I am hopeless. I don't have money. I don't have this, I could not do it. When you identify those, you can feel your heart pumping faster. Your vein on your neck start exposed. Your eyes become brighter and become bigger, round, big. Okay? And we can feel our feet getting cold, our hands getting cold, because when heart contracts so hard, the blood doesn't flow out to hands and feet. Sometimes stress so hard, we can feel our head's going to explode. So why we want to empower stress? Stress versus happiness. When you can empower stress, we can same thing to choose empower the happiness. Why we say life is challenge? But challenge is a happiness because it put you into action, put into the journey to make motion, to seek happiness, to seek change. Even when you see life as a challenge, you already see the stress too. Do you understand, everyone? So how do we deal with the stress? The best way to deal with it? And so today, I might make a little bit comments that may not acceptable for many of you. How do we deal with stress? In the past few days, I keep thinking about, so many people, when they deal with stress, they lost power. They lost the smile. They lost fun to work, to live, to make friends. As a priest, I feel compassion. I feel very compelled to try to find a way to look into it. And the past few days, I'm thinking about this. How about we make stress as our another best friend? Make stress as our friend. Okay? We all have some quote, difficult friends. Right, don't we? Because we cannot make another person exactly like us, like me. So we have to find a solution, compromise, or find a way to communicate, to reach over the aisle, to shake hands, respect of difference, and we find a way, the mutual benefit from both parties, instead to find the difference in between. I heard a story that I forgot the both name, the both party name, was one very famous medical science in Sweden. He was very famous, but he's come to the end of his life. And he need to find a successor. So look at the successors, and his friends suggesting there is a young, ambitious young man came with very poor family, but he's very smart and very good-hearted. So he picked this person to be researcher. But research job in a laboratory is very boring and not making a lot of money, right? So he starts seeing this young man work really hard and very challenged and struggle. So he spoke to his friend. His friend say, why don't you test him? Offer him, suggesting there is a job that can well pay, great benefit, and testing if he will take the job. Right? So he starts thinking a moment and say, well, it's unfair for me to test him. Why is it unfair? Because he's come with very poor family, right? He's gonna need materialism right now. So if you put a job, the well-paid job in front of him, he's gonna think about for his family, his future. Of course, he will have a huge potential gonna take the job over this boring job. I can't test him. This is unfair. So he say, I'm gonna just focus my decision to train him, to pass on all my knowledge to him. So he did not test the young man. So he taught him in the end what? He passed away. This young man later on become very famous scientist and did a great job. And then what? The friend came back to tell when he became famous, tell this young man, say, that what was happened, that your master, your teacher did not test you. And that scientist break down in tears, cry, say, thank you for the master that he did not test me. Because if he test me, I would fail him. Because the moments my mother has cancers, my family's in the very poor, my sister needs this, and everyone needs me to help. Everyone need me to bring the salary home, to take care of everybody. I will go for the job. You see? So, in other words, people quite often use certain things to test others. Why you test? There is no benefit to do that. So the person, why can we in our life to find a mutual benefit of each other? A mutual benefit for each other. Believe in goodness. Believe in good faith. So when I use this example to talk about, we all experience certain stress. Sometimes stress make us make decision that is not for the mutual benefit. You know what I'm saying? When we look at the stress, our health pay the price. Then what? Then people live around you pay the price. Your family, relationship, sometimes tear apart because of stress. So one can we look at the stress as a friend, to make friend. Make friend with the stress. Find out what is the mutual agreement, mutual benefit between me and the stress. Take the challenge, minimize the challenge, and then from that challenge to see the benefit, to see the happiness, to see the joy, to do that. Scientifically speaking, when you look at the stress as a friend, all of a sudden the hormone behind the pituitary gland is releasing a kind of hormone tell you it's happy, it's really good. And then this hormone is floating down to the heart, make heart very smooth. And that hormone go down, make heart smooth, and go down to adrenal. The kidneys start to function, right? And then make you feel very warm, make you feel caring. When you feel the stress, you want to what? You want to care about, is my family member okay? Is my friends okay? Right? I want my friend to come around to comfort me. And the same thing, I had this kind of feeling to comfort my friend. Also, because I feel the stress, I want my friend doesn't feel it. And I had the stress, I like my friend to come comfort me. Right? And so this is what the body happens. When you think stress is happiness. Is what? It's my friend. Then you know what? And then all of a sudden your attitude start change. Okay? Smiles more smiling, heart pumping more smooth, blood flows more gentler, and you become more compassionate, more merciful. And then you start to make friends, you start articulation, you start receiving friends to your life. When you make stress as enemy, you close the door. Not only your house door, but your heart door. You all close that. You don't want people to know it. Right? You don't want people to know it. You become very spicy. You're biting people, chewing people's ass. Right? We do that. Okay, when we're stressful, we attack. Yeah, we chew people, we punch people, we kicking people, we use nasty language. Right? We do that. Just what? Because we do that just like child, throw it in the fit and want people to notice that I am stressed and come pity for me. Okay? If I don't get it, then my brain will shut down, my heart start pumping hard, and my anger rising up and start what? To feel life lost happiness. I lost the smile because no one see my stress. When I feel stressed, I feel my entitlement has a power to persecute. Okay? When I feel stressed, I want the other party to feel stressed too. You know, that victim make the victim. So if you think about the human's mentality, for past 100 years, we make stress as extreme enemy. Okay? When we make the enemy, we lost another part. So you focus on the yin, you lost the yang. Okay? Yin and yang must look at them both and make friends with it. Okay? Finding unity from the polarity. Finding the harmony from the unity. We must unite the stress and happiness together. Okay? We are humans. We live in our life. We deal with people. We deal with nature. We deal with ourselves. And that is a stress factor when you look at that. Right? But at the same time, we can also look at it. You know, we come to this planet is for a mission. A mission is to find what? To find the unity between me, my physical body, and my spirit. Between me and the unity and harmony with nature. Between me finding unity and harmony and compassion with you, with people outside me. This is our mission. When we all can make friends with everybody around me, then I become saint. I become a sage. I become a great person. I become a very contributive person. I become a leader in community. When I find the harmony between me and the universe and cosmos and nature, I found empowered by the nature. I become one with nature. I feel happy. I smile every day. Look outside. All the weather doesn't matter with 5 feet tall the snow. Because I feel the harmony with them. When I can find the harmony between me and my own spirit, I all of a sudden sees my mission, all of a sudden sees my past, my journey become very white path, very crystal clear. I feel the joy from within. I understand the missions of why I came to this planet. Those are the joys. Those are a true, quote, stress of a human. You need to focus on these three things. Okay? Let me articulate this one more time. We came to this planet is to find relationship between yourself and your own spirit. That's one. Number two, you and the cosmos, nature relationship. Number three, you and the people around you. Smooth those relationships. They are not a stress. They are, in fact, is happiness. They're waiting for you to discover. And just like apple is ready, mature to be picked up, but you just need to find it. Okay? And why we couldn't find it? Because all our life, we look at stress as an enemy. We look at stress as a poison. So we find so many solutions to deal with our opponent. Okay? Emotionally challenge all your life. We seek psychology using process. It doesn't make solution. We throw the fig with God and demanding God give blessing. Why you don't see me? We push the relationship away. Push the spirits out of our body. We never feel good about ourselves, never feel valuable ourselves. So we make the boundary between ourselves and our spirit and say, I hate you, I don't like you, I don't accept you, I don't feel good about you. So me and the spirit, the deteriorations continue. Me different from other people. So I always look at other people like they're a challenge, they're my enemy, they don't like me. Okay? Everybody's different. I see it's different, I don't see the same. So therefore relationship between the human continue deteriorating because no one wants to see the mutual benefit. They only want to see the selfish. How important I am, how much I want to be noticed, how much I want to be validated. Instead, how much can I do for you to validate you? Can I see the beauty between you and me? What is the what? What is something that we all mutual benefit with? That is joy. That's happiness. When I see smile on your face, it makes me smile. And that is a mutual benefit. We all have it. Can we respect all the mutual benefit from now on, promoting that benefit? Instead of put somebody's integrity down, attack somebody's, kill somebody, that's not needed. See about mutual benefit between me and the nature. If I care about nature, what benefit am I getting back? If everybody all care about nature, what am I getting now? Me and my spirit, what is my mutual benefit? We live longer and happy. Instead of live to 50 having a cancer and die from stress. Right? What is the mutual benefit? Let's find all the mutual benefit in our life together to discover the three relationship and improve it. Can we what? Look at the stress and say, you're my enemy, or you're my what? Friend. Look at that. You are my friends. I thank you coming to my life. There's something what here for me to learn. Let me find what? Appreciation, gratitude, and joy to look at the stress. And then what? Find out, something I need to be done to make the puzzle work. Right? Happiness and stress put together is one puzzle. Let me find that joy in the stress. When we all do that, there is no more stress. Okay? The more Prozac you take, the more stress you're going to feel it. Okay? You don't need to seek outside, my friend. You don't need to seek outside. Your God, your spirit, your Tao never ever left you one single second. Never in his whole life. Look into your heart, find them. Feel good about it. Okay? Find the harmony in that. Stress is what? My friend. Think about that. So thank you very much for coming. Class.